suppose I am going for 10,000 US dollars, and in this you can fill the text sale to Xerox, and over here remind it this reference field is always for invoice number. So the invoice number has to be filled. Suppose the invoice number is 124. Moving next, you need to select over here is the GL account. So whenever you book an invoice for a customer, the basic accounting entry is the customer gets debited and the sales ledger gets credited. So when you select this customer on the beginning in a customer invoice, it means that the customer is will already be debited automatically, but you need to select the credit side in this. That is why you can see the credit side are displayed, because the debit will be the customer. So you need to select the GL account which needs to be credited. So I would be selecting the GL account with sales will be there. So the sales ledger is selected, credit amount 10,000 US dollars, and then you can move to the next with the help of tab on the keyboard. If you click on the tab, it will take you to the next screen. If you need to write anything as assignment number, even you can write it over here. You can write the text over here as well. Sales to Xerox. So this is what you need to do, and then you can go to the simulate option and click on it. Okay, posting period 008 is not open, so this is an error. This is how you have to look. Okay, so if you remember, to open the posting period there was a transaction code, or to open a screen OB52. If you remember, for your company code 1000 variant, period is not open. Mine is just 1200, so I need to open the 8th period. Need to open the 8th period, as we are running in the 8th period from April, and in November it is 8th period now. Save it. So now enter on this screen, and you can see the details have opened up. Now I can go to the simulate option, enter, and you can see the journal entry has been reflected on the screen, where the Xerox is debited and sales account is credited. You can see this with two way outs. Basically, when we debit the customer, the posting key used is 01, and when we credit any GL account, the posting key is 5050, or the amount becomes negative in case of credit GL. So this is your entry which will be made on customer invoice posting, and if you find it okay, then you can go to this save option on the screen and you can select it, and it will get posted. So you can, okay, the business area needs to be mandatory. Fine, because we made the business area mandatory. So you can see there is a business area field over here. We need to select the business area. So you can go to F4 key, function 4 on the keyboard, so as to see. So if you remember, the business area we created was 1210, 1220 and 1230. So I'm selecting 1210 as a business area. Now I am again going to simulate, enter, and now I can go to this post, and we'll see that the transactions will get posted and it will generate a number to you. So you can see the number generated is 1800000. So this is the same number which we maintained as document number range. Serial number was 18 for customer invoice. So this is how the customer invoice number, document number, is generated. If you want to see this document number, even you can go to /n FB03, and you can again cross check this particular document number over here, 2014 fiscal year, enter. So you can see this was the entry which took place. If you want to see the further details, over here the document number is coming, document date is there, posting date is there, fiscal year is coming, company code is coming, your dollars is coming, currency, your reference number, that is the invoice number, or you can say the bill number, is coming. Then even if you want to see further details, you can go to this display document header, and you can see the document type is DR, that is customer invoice. You can see the username entered is user 10. It was entered on 8/11.
So the next transaction we are going to do is to post a credit memo. What is a credit memo? Credit memo basically is giving credit to the customer. The credit may be given to the customer on various reasons. Maybe the company has overcharged the customer, or it may be that the goods have not delivered to the customer, or some of the quantity has been destroyed. Any such reasons could be there. So in that case, the credit is given to the customer because the invoice has been raised. So for example, if you have raised an invoice of $100 to the customer, and suppose he has not received the full quantity of goods which he has supposed to be receiving. So in case suppose he has received the goods of $80, in that case the $20 which the invoice is overcharged, we need to give the credit to the customer. So when we give the credit to the customer, our net invoice balance to be paid becomes $80, which he is supposed to pay on that particular business transaction. So how we can post the credit memo in SAP is the transaction code for that is FB75. So we can go to this FB75, and with this we can book a credit memo. So this is a specific transaction code to booking the credit memo for a customer. Otherwise you have got another option of going to this FB70, and there are again, if you can see over here, the transaction over here you have got the second option, invoice, and then the credit memo. So it's the same thing. You can we use FB70 for basically for invoice, but if you want you can select credit memo and you can do the credit memo posting as well with the same transaction code. Whereas if you move to FB75, which is specifically for credit memo to a customer, here you can go to this transaction and you can book the invoice as well. So it's up to you which one. These are certain things which are already provided in one particular transaction. But for more specific, more clarity, there are different transaction codes have been created specifically for this. Now, so moving to book a credit memo, it's very much similar to what we did in the last transaction, that is booking customer invoice. Just a slight change is there. In that case, we used to debit the customer, but over here we would be crediting the customer with that much amount. So let's take up the customer. We can select the customer. So this is the customer I have selected. You can take the document date over here. Suppose I took the document date. You can take the amount. Suppose I take $50 only. You can give the reference number to it. You can write a text as well. Credit memo on count of loss in transit. So now over here you are supposed to select the GL account. So in this case you would be taking the GL as, in the earlier for invoice we credited sales account, so over here we will be debiting the sales account, because that much amount is not termed as a sale, because net sale is 100 minus $20 is equal to $80. So that is the example. So I am taking this as $20. So we can take over here 20, then we can move to next. If you want, you can write the text over here as well. It's up to you. And you have to take the business area. So this is how it will work. And now we can go and we can simulate the transaction code, the transactions which we have done, and you can have a look. Enter that the transaction is Xerox is credited by $20 and sales account is debited with $20. So you can see this Xerox is the customer who is credited at this time, and the sales has been debited, means the reverse entry of the invoice with a parcel amount which has not been delivered. So those have been taken as a credit memo, as a credit to the customer. So we can click on the post or save option, and your transaction will get posted. So you can see the transaction document number has been generated over here. And if you want to see this document, there are two options. First is, you already know, you can go to FB03, but whenever the transaction is posted over here, you can also go to this document over here and you can go to this display. It will also show you the document from over here as well. So it is 600001. So you can see the same document has been displayed to you. So this is the document as stated. And now if you want to check the reports for this, so you can go to FBL5N again and you can have a look to this transaction. So it is /n FBL5N, and you can have a look for this particular transaction as well. Transaction is reflected over here to you. So this is over here, this 20 as a part of credit memo. Now going back, so in the same way you can go to FD10N and you can have a look at the customer balance as well. FD10N, and here you can select the customer code, the company code, and the fiscal year, and you can go and you can execute over here, and you can see you will find the period wise balances for the customer. So this is period wise from 1st to 7th. There is no transaction in the 8th period. there is 15,000, 15 to $50 is debited and this much is credited, so the net balance is 5230. So this is how you can have a look to the balance over here for the customer.